summer break. I'm a teacher, so I have the teacher life of having summers off. And my goal is to like spend the summer just making a bunch of art. So as I was thinking through like, okay, what does that look like for me to make a bunch of art this summer? What do I want to do? What do I want? Like, what are my goals? Because I feel like I'm the type of person where, yes, I need some process goals, but I also need some product goals. So process goals would be like, okay, I have the goal of making art every day. And I really like that. I think that's a good goal. But I also need some like product goals or some like end goals of what do I want to actually make or accomplish. Like, for example, I have done a lot of running in the past couple of years, and it's a lot easier for me, at least, to motivate myself. Okay, I'm going to go on a run 3 times this week if I know I have a race coming up, right? And so that's sort of what I'm thinking through. It's like, okay, what do I want to have accomplished by the end of the summer? One of the things I really want to do is like an art market or a farmer's market. I actually know of a local farmer's market where you can have a table and like be a vendor and sell your art. And so I think that what I want to do maybe this week is like kind of make a list of, okay, what products would I need to have in order to have enough to sell at an art market? Like, how many larger size prints would I need? How many greeting cards? How many stickers? Would I want to have any originals? Like, what are the things, if I'm going to fill a table at a farmer's market, what are the things that would be on that table? And I'm sure some of it is stuff that I already have like in my collection. Like, I've had stuff up on my Etsy shop for, years. And so it might be like, oh, stickers I already have, or like, oh, some prints that I already have copies of. But I know that I don't have enough to like actually fill like a table. And so maybe that is what I should do today, is like sit down and make a plan for how many prints do I want, how many originals do I want, how many cards do I want, how many stickers do I want. And that way I have like sort of a goal. The plan for this week is to create every day, make a plan for the summer, and that's it. And yeah, this week is kind of crazy. I'm about to get married on Saturday in like 4 days, and then go on a honeymoon. So this whole like art thing is gonna get put on the back burner for a little bit, but I'll come back to it like I always do. Okay, time to go do some art. My fiance gave me this hoodie for Christmas, and his reasoning behind it was, he said that he went online and just ordered the absolute biggest size that they had because he knew that I wanted an oversized hoodie. I mean, it's the greatest thing ever. And look, it has Sleepy Time Tea Bear on it. It's the best thing ever. Our new mattress arrived, so before my husband gets home, I'm gonna try to put together our bed frame, and then when he gets home, we can put the mattress out and make it, and we'll have a mattress and a bed frame and everything. So that's what I am up to today. We just got home yesterday and I'm trying to put this apartment in order, and the bedroom is the main thing that still needs a lot of love. So that's what we're working on today. I cannot find the instructions to this thing. Where are the instructions? Where are the instructions? Oh my gosh, I found the directions. They literally look like this. And we're in box number 2. I was taking everything out of box number 1. You would think that the directions would be in box 1, but no, they're hidden, crumpled at the very bottom of box 2. Off to the gym, gonna get some gains, and then I'm gonna come back, shower, eat lunch, and then I'm gonna make some art this afternoon. But right now, it's arm day, time to go get swole. It is 1,000,000 degrees outside today. It had been quite a while since I had sat down to make any art. I had been on my honeymoon, so I was out of town for several weeks. So what I decided to do was one of those warm-ups where you basically get out some paints and just paint like random shapes on your page. And then after you paint a bunch of sort of blobs and doodles, then you come back with a pen, or in this case I used a Sharpie. And you kind of look at what's on the page and like what the shapes remind you of. And so I had never done this before. Whenever I see people do this on YouTube, I honestly was sort of judging, like, that doesn't look very fun, that looks kind of weird. But I really wanted to paint, but I also was kind of feeling rusty because I hadn't picked up any art in a couple weeks. And so I decided to give it a try. And first of all, I really liked how it looked with just the watercolor on the page, sort of like an abstract piece. But I wanted to complete the activity, so I did go back with some Sharpie, and I still like how it looks. And there's a couple little doodles on here that I really like. Obviously, the seahorse turned out really cute, and the bear. But I think my favorites are the little egg creature in yellow. I love him. And I also really like how the landscapes turned out. And I'm thinking about maybe doing some prints of some landscapes. So maybe like using this for inspiration and doing some watercolor and then Sharpie on top. I just really like how this looked. This activity was a really good warm-up and a way to like ease back into art without any pressure. Like when I did this activity, I knew that it wasn't something I was going to post online or try to sell. It was just for me, just to have some fun, and I really enjoyed that. It got me feeling sort of inspired and having fun with my art, which was the goal. So overall, it was a success. I'm about to go into a cafe to do some journaling
and maybe do some work as well. We'll see, maybe do some video editing. The key thing is I need to get some journaling done. Lately I've been feeling like it's always helpful to like be somewhere when I need to get my journaling done, because at home I'm so distracted. Like there's so many different things that I want to do. Like I usually journal at my desk, which is where my computer is, and then I just want to be watching YouTube and like have something on in the background while I'm journaling. That's not actually helpful to like get your thoughts out. So I'm going to a coffee shop. I've never been to this one before, and I'm a little bit nervous. You know, like when you've never been to a new place before and you're just like, ooh, what's it gonna be like? Are the vibes good? I don't want to go in and like buy a coffee if there's not a place to then sit and work. But then I don't want to just like go in and then not buy anything because I look around and it like looks, I don't know. I'm overthinking it a little bit. Yeah, it's like 1,000,000 degrees today. So I'm sweating in my car. So I'm gonna go. It's giving Rachel Maxey. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. I'm literally in the pits of hell. Ah! That's what she always says. Okay, that place was very cute, but there was no one in it. Like it was completely empty except for the employee. And he was this like middle-aged man. And I was like, I am not gonna stay and work in a coffee shop where there's literally, it's completely empty except for me and the employee. Like that's awkward. I'm not gonna do that. So I got a coffee, but now I need a place to work, and it's literally 1,000,000 degrees outside and I'm dying and my car's air conditioning doesn't work. The coffee's pretty good. So now I think I'm literally gonna drive to Starbucks and get a second coffee. I've been watching a lot of Elise Myers lately, and I feel like I'm channeling that. This feels like a very Elise Myers situation. Elise, if you're watching this, I love you.
So I ended up at Barnes & Noble and sat and worked at their cafe for a while. And I actually got a lot done. I started out with some journaling, and then I finally got onto Notion, and I made a page for everything that I would need in order to sell my art at a farmer's market. Remember, I talked about that earlier in the video, but it wasn't until this day that I actually sat down and made that list. So here's what I came up with. I started by listing everything I would need to set up on the table. So like a sign, business cards, decorations, things like that. And then I made a list of all the different products that I would want to have. And then I added some miscellaneous stuff at the bottom. And after I made this list, I went through and color coordinated it. So everything in green would be like products or things that I already have. And then everything in purple would be things that I still need to make. Then I finished up my time at Barnes & Noble by just doing a little sketch in my sketchbook. I just did a little landscape, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I've been really feeling landscapes these days. It was a fun little artist date once I finally found a spot to be at. This past week has been really fun for me. It's felt a lot like kind of warming back up into my artistic practice, and it's been really fun. I know it's been a lot of like sketching and warm-ups and kind of informal art pieces, but it felt like I was doing a lot of like prep work and getting ready to launch, and hopefully next week really get into starting to make stickers and prints and more finished pieces and knocking out the items on that list, so that hopefully I can have like a complete collection and a complete like inventory, so that I have enough that I could do a farmer's market, so that I could sell my art in person. And I just think that would be really cool. I'm just really excited for this summer and getting to be like a full-time artist and almost treating it like a job. And for a long time I felt sort of scared to back myself and invest in my own creativity. Like it's intimidating to think about sharing my art online or sharing my art at a farmer's market, but I've been following Amy McNee, who's Inspired to Write on Instagram or on YouTube, and she talks a lot about it's not a bad thing to back yourself. It's not a bad thing to share your art. Like, someone is going to enjoy it. It's not being selfish, it's not being weird to share your art or to post your art or to publish your art, but that's actually a generous act. And so it's been a lot of me like trying to reframe that, okay, it's actually really fun to make art and share it online. It's okay to dream big. It's actually amazing to think about big goals, big plans, big dreams. So this really feels like it's the start of me leveling up as an artist and just backing myself and going all in and treating it like a full-time job. So thank you for coming along on the journey this week. If you enjoyed it, definitely stick around. Thanks so much for watching. Go forth, make art.